Hello everyone. So we were looking at how to create this effect in After Effects. We completed creating the N block, and now we will work with the FUN animation. All right. So let me close this one and go to After Effects. So what we have so far is the background, which has a feather effect, and the 3D box. All right. Now go to Project, and we will import our F U and N letters. Okay, I will drag them in the timeline above background. Let us lock our background, and I will create a null object and name it fun null, so we will know what that is. And this is n block null. Okay, so I'll select these three and lock it to fun null. Okay, so that way we can always select and move it around. All right, so first thing is to put that letter in the right place. So we need to select the three and scale them small. Okay, and then position left. Okay, so I'll select each of them, F, U, and N. Let us position them right. F, U, N. So the F goes left, U, N. Scale them. Okay, so it's 18, so maybe 16. Position again, deselect all, move left. Okay, so now let us bring in our learn as well. Okay, so you'll have to create this, or you can write text if you want. You can simply write the text. You can use this same tutorial if you're just using text instead of a graphic. All right, so the learn comes, and also I will scale it so it's around same size as fun. Okay, so we need to make sure that the entire thing fits into the comp. So I think this should be 7. Okay, and then moved on the left. So we'll scale this small as well, and position, deselect. So let us go to one view so we can work with this. We'll have to scale our block as well and position it left. So the fun looks bigger, so we'll have to scale it further. Okay, maybe 6 seems like a right number. 7. Okay, so visually you have to try and make sure that they're almost. This looks good. Okay, position, deselect. Okay, and the null object position can be moved, so the entire thing moves. Okay, so that looks good. Fun and learn. So that is what we need, and then we can animate the fun now. All right. So these letters, then they don't need to be in the timeline. They're unnecessarily taking space. So I'll shy them, and you click here and they disappear. So we still see it, and then they can be manipulated, but they don't take the timeline real estate. All right, now the end block, I think the scale should be smaller, and position has to be down. All right, that's good. And then the end block position can be closer. So that looks good. Now the F has to be, all these have to be 3D layers. All right, so the F U N, I will open the position and add a keyframe at 0, and after 6 frames they will be formed, so I'll create a keyframe again. All right, so at 0 we need to animate the position, so the F, now again I will go to custom view, so you can see that FUN and is there. So if I drag this, we need to move F in the front, U in the back, and then it goes beyond then the F comes in the front. Okay, so we'll go to active camera, and we can go to 2 views. What I want to make sure is N is beyond this. Okay, and because this background is transparent, we are still able to see the U. So either we can create a solid layer, or we can simply animate the transparency of U so nothing is visible in the beginning. We'll tackle that later. Now the F has to go out of the screen, okay, and same with the N. So now I can animate the X, Y, so it goes out. Okay, so basically we just need to get rid of these letters so they can go in X here. So F goes out, and then the N, it goes down and further out. Okay, so basically that is what we need. Okay, so what happens is at 6 here they come to zeros, but if you look at top, uh, because they are coming so fast, they are going to go beyond. Okay, and they'll go beyond by 100. This goes beyond by 100, this goes beyond by 100, and this goes beyond by -100. Okay, So they just go beyond, and after 6 more frames, which is at 12, they reverse. So minus 75, 75, minus 75. Okay, so you can see that they are nowhere, and they go beyond, then they recoil again at 18. They will go 50, negative 50, 50, and at 1 they finally stop. 0, 0, 0. Alright, so in the beginning they're out, they come in, but they overshoot, then they overshoot in the other direction but little less, then they overshoot in the other direction but little less, and then they stop. Alright, so that's the animation. What we do is we turn the motion blur on, then we turn motion blur on for these 3. Okay, so that's how that effect is created. So I'll only play that effect, so hit play. Okay, and that's fun. Got it? Okay, so if you see here, there's the motion blur on them. If you want, you can move the U back as well, because U doesn't have enough motion blur. So at 0, it can go further back. Okay, so it gets motion blur as well. Okay, that is done. What we'll do is we'll select all these keys, right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Okay, that's important. So we get a more natural looking effect. Right, let us save our file. We have never saved our file, which is not a good idea. Every time you should save your work. Creating a YouTube 2D Fun and Learn 2. Alright, so now we will do the ball bounce, the block bounce. So our block null is selected, and this happened from 0 to 1. The block will happen from 1 onwards. Okay, so we will open the position, add a key, and after 6 frames add another key, and then go back to the first key and we'll animate the Y. Okay, so the block is out of the screen and it falls down. Okay, when it falls down, we'll hit Shift S and add a key, go beginning, add a key for scale. Okay, so when the block falls down, this is 26, we have scaled it down. So what I'll do is I'll first deselect the scale. So here 26 becomes, say, 40. Okay, and this becomes 40 as well. Okay, so 26 and 40, the difference is 14. So 26, 40 is too much, I think. So 34, 34, and we have to, so we added 8, so we remove 8 from the Y, so that becomes 18. Okay, and the anchor point is not in the right place, so I'll move the anchor point at the base. Okay, so I need to make, once I make any changes, I need to make sure things are working. So this falls, and then this is 34, 26, this becomes 18. Okay, so it squishes when it falls. One frame before, it's going to be reverse. So this was 2018, this is 18, and this is 34. Okay, so it comes in, squishes, and then again it happens same. 18, 18, and 34. Okay, so I will explain to you this. So our block has a scale value of 26, 26, 26. So when it squishes at here, we added 26 plus 8, we removed 26 minus 8 and added. So these numbers, you have to understand how it works. So it is stretched, it squishes, it stretches again. Alright, so after 6 frames, which is 6 plus 6, 12, okay, the goes up, and after 6 frames, okay, again we will do the same thing. We will copy this key, Control C, Control V, so it comes back and it is going to squish again. So we will copy this, so it is normal, then it's going to squish a little bit. So we will only add 4 this time, so 30, 30, and we will remove 4, so 22. And after 6 frames, we'll copy this and paste it. Okay, copy this and paste it. So it goes, it squishes, bounces, comes down, and then here what we did, 30, 22, 30. So we'll reverse it. 22 becomes 30, and this becomes 22, and this becomes 22. Okay, and then we can copy this frame and paste it. So it only bounces once. So let us preview this animation. The fun comes, and then it bounces. And I think it bounces, goes up too much. So we'll bring it down. So let us make it bounce less. Okay, so when it bounces, this looks too much here, so we need to reduce this. So just do 26 to 28, 28 and 24. It should look natural. So I think this key, maybe we can delete. Let's see how that looks. So we'll leave it to there, and then we will add easy ease to all these, and then let us go to one view and see how that looks. Okay, now the end block, we will have to unshy those layers, and then we will select all those, add motion blur to them. Okay, and then shy them again so we can see how the motion blur looks. Why is it overshooting? Look at the value graph. This should not overshoot. Okay, that's better. Okay, so it starts slowly and then ends slowly. Yeah, this is the impact. And then it slows down here. Okay, save this. So block is done, and then the next thing is, in the next video we will look at how to work with the learn. Okay, so let us one more time look at this. Okay, we didn't do the rotation for the block, so we'll go to the rotation, shift, position, so we know where the rotation should be. So the ball, it is here, and let's come to here, and we are doing Y rotation, so we'll go back to this key, add a key, and we will rotate it. So as it comes down, it is rotating. Okay, and what we do is we bring it here, and then we add an easy ease. So we simply add a rotation at the beginning, and in the end we just make sure that it is in the right direction. So when we play it, okay, so we get that rotation of the block as well. Now the only thing is the U. What I did for the U was hit the T, add opacity in the beginning, and after 2 frames add one more and go back and make it 0. So that fixes that U not being visible in the beginning. Okay, so next class we will fix the learn, and then you can see there's a gap here, so we just have to adjust the camera and scale the background a bit. Okay, thanks.